So this is an 8.5-year-old buck, 20 yards away, eye level, tearing up the ground. This is one of the most intense hunts that I've ever experienced, and the most graphic.
Look at the black square there. Oh my gosh.
Kansas, it's pretty open country, not in every farm, but a lot of them. So it varies, but in some of the more open areas, we'll tend to use tactics like decoying, calling. We'll try to find any kind of pinch point or utilize any kind of food plot to draw them into an area. So this property is it's pretty open around it, but this is one of the only alfalfa fields in the area. And it's got a creek that runs through it, and there's some timber and cover around it. Quite a bit of bedding actually for that part of Kansas, but it holds a lot of does. So with that food source, you're always gonna have traffic and different bucks roll in. Overall, it's just really that big open area with that alfalfa plot that pulls those deer in. On this field edge, we'll actually set up a couple different blinds that I hunt with Sherry, or I'll have some Novik stands that I'll hang up for different winds. But what we'll do is we'll park a good ways away and either walk in, or we'll take our e-bikes and slide in. But it just depends upon the wind, what way we come into it, and how we slip through, and generally just kind of slip in down through the creek and pop up in a blind and right on the edge of the field. This field's probably 7-8 acres maybe. And, there's really no kind of pinch point necessarily. We'll utilize either decoy or, we've got a mock scrape out there that's gonna pull a deer in. So this buck is 8 years old. He was never really a giant deer. His rack is pretty tight, and I've got quite a bit of intel with him. Over the years, we've got trail cam photos and videos where he's, working mock scrapes and real scrapes, and he has definitely frequented this property quite a bit. Now, he didn't really stay there, but you could always count on him showing up at some point, and especially when you got into that late October, early November, when those does are getting ready to come in, he's coming to check them out. This is one of the few that as he got older, it kept getting a little gnarlier and a little heavier. He was still an impressive deer. It was a northeast wind, which was perfect. I went out, set the decoy up. I always try to kind of quarter it to me slightly. I just feel like they normally want to go and they'll kind of hook in and go face to face. Normally it presents us, either a broadside or a quartering away shot. He's probably I think the decoy was about 18 yards out. When we do that, I'm using the calming scent and the other scent to kind of help just solidify that. A couple reasons. One, if I'm walking out there, if he would happen to pick up a little human odor, then maybe that would help that kind of mask that. Also, it just adds the realism to that situation. He doesn't get downwind of a plastic item or what he thinks is a deer, and it has no scent, or it has human scent. So I think that's a key function. And then, we're always downwind of that and trying to draw the buck between us to make the shot. And then in the blind, spray raw calming scent. So that way, if anything gets behind us, if anything goes behind us in the cover, it doesn't blow the hunt up. And even that evening, earlier on, we had does actually go behind us and never picked us up.
I'm excited to introduce a brand new Deer Society video series called The Art of Deer Hunting. Now within this series, we have categories such as the art of calling, the art of food plots, the art of scent control. We're gonna detail and break down all things in these categories plus more, from trail cameras, stands, scrapes, all things related to successful deer hunting is what this series is all about. This series is a culmination of all the information we've received internally from some of the best deer hunters across the country and the methods they've used to successfully harvest mature whitetails year after year. This is called The Art of Deer Hunting on the Deer Society YouTube channel.
That alfalfa field started getting does just pouring into it, some young bucks. And then I told her, I said, there's got to be somebody down in there that's mature, that's, you know, pushing those deer around. And sure enough, he shows up. When this buck steps out, I'm fired up because Sherry's never seen a buck this old, and this 8.5-year-old is impressive. I mean, huge body, thick, heavy, gnarly rack. So, you know, it was really exciting to be able to see this. And, you know, I was fired up that she was going to be able to experience this situation, that he was actually going to come down and get in the field where we were. It wasn't long, and he made his way down to the alfalfa field. And I'm trying to get her, you know, situated and make sure she's ready, which she's good. It's, you know, me worrying about her, you know, but when he's over there, I realize that he's not really even paying any attention to this decoy, and he's with another younger buck. So I need to do something to make it happen. So I actually grunted at him. And he didn't hear it. I ended up grunted one more time, a little louder. He still didn't hear it. So I hit the antlers, and man, he turned his head and got his attention. And at that point, I grunted and snort-wheezed at him. And he couldn't take it, and he started walking in.
Squeeze the trigger. That's good. He's gonna come this way. Is he gonna circle around this way? No, but
He got about halfway across the field and just kind of lost interest and went back to eating. And then I grunted and snort-wheezed at him again, and that's all it was. And then here he came.
Get him. Yeah, where'd you go? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He got taken. You got a good shot. Yes, this is a good shot. Yeah, he's messed up. Yeah, he's gonna go down. He's going down, Sherry. Oh, man. Look at the blood squirt now. Oh, my gosh. Good. That was freaking awesome. This dude is at least 7, he was our #1 target buck for this spot. And he's perfect to get. I mean, he's old, mature, and I mean, wasn't that awesome to get him with the decoy?
Pretty cool.
That's exciting, isn't it? Awesome.
Going to claim our prize. He didn't do very far, just safe.
No, he's right over there.
Oh wait, look at this. This is where he was scraping when he was
Yeah, he tore that ground up, didn't he?
out towards the decoy.
That's awesome. Check him out, Sherry. Look at the mass that dude's got.
Oh gosh.
Lift him up. That dude is awesome. He is an old dude.
I knew that was
With the width, a lot of times a wider buck, they look a lot bigger. But with this guy only having, I think, an inside spread was like 13 inches. But he still scored 167, gross. And that's pretty impressive. So killing an 8-year-old buck is not easy. I mean, they've been around, they've seen pressure. So you've got to have everything in your favor, and everything's got to be right when you go in to kill and try to kill that deer. Things like, not only having the alfalfa there holding the does, the time of year to pull the buck in, the wind in the right direction to mask your odor, the decoy to help pull him in, the scent to help disguise everything, being able to slip in without blowing everything up, and spooking other deer, calling them to seal the deal, and then the shot placement on top of that. It all has to go in, and paying attention to detail and being prepared as much as possible, so that way when you go out, your intent is not to watch deer, it's to kill a specific deer.
Thanks for watching this Deer Society Hunt Breakdown. Subscribe to the channel for more great educational content to help you become a better hunter. From podcasts to the Art of Deer Hunting series, hunt breakdowns, tips, tactics, and a whole lot more. The Deer Society is all about deer hunting education.